Hey everyone! I've got a story to share with you today. One full of unexpected twists and deep emotions. I hope you enjoy it and stay with me all the way through. Ready? Let's dive in. We all nodded in agreement. You're not invited to the wedding, my mom said with a smug grin. Noted, I replied coolly. That night, I reversed the $6,500 I had gifted for their honeymoon and canceled the flights I had booked, ironically, under her name. By morning, my phone lit up with 23 missed calls and a single message that flipped everything on its head. I didn't see this coming at all. My younger brother's wedding is just around the corner. We aren't exactly close, but I assumed we were on decent terms. Over the past year, I'd helped him and his fiancée during tough times. Loaned them money, helped with their move, even let them crash at my place after a flood. I never expected anything back. I just wanted to be there for them. Fast forward to a week ago. My mom invited me over, supposedly to go over some wedding details. I walked in thinking we'd be discussing table arrangements or meal choices. Instead, she blindsided me. She sat me down and told me, so matter-of-factly, that after some family discussion, they decided I shouldn't attend the wedding. No drama, no falling out, just a clean-cut dismissal. My brother wasn't even there. She spoke like she was doing me a favor by giving me advance notice. What she didn't realize was that I was the one who funded the honeymoon. Just a month ago, I'd transferred $6,500 to a joint account his fiancée created, and I even had access to it. On top of that, I used my airline miles to book international flights as a surprise, putting them in my mom's name because she wanted to make a sweet gesture by showing up unannounced at the resort. So I went home, withdrew the money, and canceled the flights. It took less than 20 minutes. By the next morning, I woke up to a phone full of missed calls, half from my mom, some from my brother, and a few from distant relatives I hadn't heard from in years. Not one voicemail, just one message from my brother. I had no idea. Please call me. But that wasn't the message that hit me hardest. It was a text from my aunt. You should see this. Attached was a screenshot. A snippet from a family group chat I hadn't even known existed. Apparently, someone had mistakenly added my aunt, not realizing she still used the same number. She'd been lurking quietly, until she saw them talking about me. The thread started with the usual wedding chatter, music, decor, seating. Then, my name came up. My mom led the charge, saying I'd been difficult lately and had a habit of making things about myself. She said leaving me out would make everything easier. Then others piled on. An uncle said I was always too quiet and made gatherings uncomfortable. Someone else joked I wouldn't even realize I'd been excluded. Then came the blow. My brother's fiancée said she was actually relieved I wouldn't be attending. She didn't want that kind of energy at her wedding, like I was a walking storm. My mom replied with a thumbs-up emoji and promised to take care of it. No one stood up for me. Not one word from my brother. Just silence. I sat with all of it. Didn't return the calls. Didn't answer the texts. What was the point? They'd said everything already, long before I did anything. Turns out, they didn't care about me as a person, only about what I could offer. I had never told them the honeymoon fund came from me. I wasn't looking for recognition. I just wanted to do something kind. But my mom knew. She planned to take credit. That's why the flights were under her name. She was going to surprise them and pass it off as her own generous gift. Later that day, the tone of the messages changed. My brother left a voicemail saying I'd ruined everything, that the trip was non-refundable. My mom sent me a voice message, crying, claiming I was destroying the happiest moment of their lives. All I could think was, they didn't mind destroying me. After that group chat leak, I expected maybe someone would apologize, or at least try to make amends. But what followed only revealed more. My cousin, the one relative I still trust, reached out quietly. She told me my mom was scrambling, not to make peace, but to undo what I'd taken back. They tried rebooking the flights, but they couldn't. Everything had been tied to my frequent flyer account. Points, itinerary, even the resort. When I canceled the flights, the entire package vanished. There was no way to retrieve it. We were just 3 weeks out from the wedding, and the honeymoon was supposed to begin the very next morning. But now, there were no flights, no hotel, no backup plan, nothing. Turns out, rebooking wasn't so simple. Prices had doubled since I'd made those original reservations months ago. And even worse for them, everything was locked behind two-factor authentication. Apparently, my mom tried calling the airline, maybe even pretended to be me. Didn't work. My cousin filled me in. Said my mom totally lost it when she realized she had no way in. No leverage. Nothing left to manipulate. Behind closed doors, she was quietly asking people for money to salvage what was left. Publicly, she kept up the illusion that everything was under control. My brother had no idea what was going on until 2 days after I pulled the plug. That's when the messages started flooding in. At first, his texts were calm, confused, civil. But when I didn't respond, his tone changed. The messages turned sharp. He accused me of making it all about myself. Said I was petty. Said I should have come to him first. But here's the truth. He was never going to come to me. He had already let them erase me from the day like I didn't matter. Let them plan a celebration where my absence was part of the design. They didn't want me. They wanted the version of me that stayed quiet, paid for everything, and never pushed back. So I stayed silent. I read every message. Watch them pile up. Blue bubbles stacked like bricks in a wall I wasn't going to break down. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just about a wedding. This was about every moment over the years when I'd been treated like a utility instead of a human being. The reliable one. The silent supporter. The one who showed up, paid up, and shut up. Somewhere along the line, I'd become convenient instead of cared for. I didn't make any big announcements. I didn't threaten, or warn, or explain. I just started pulling back, the way they'd always preferred me. Quiet and unnoticed. First, I shut down the streaming subscriptions. I'd been footing the bill for the shared family accounts since college. It wasn't about the money. It was about the silence that would now greet them when they tried to log in. Then, the phone plan. I kept only 2 lines. Mine and my cousin's. She never asked for it. Always thanked me. The rest? Disconnected. After that came the storage unit. My mom had been using it for years to store family keepsakes. I hadn't touched it in forever. Just kept paying the bill. I called the facility and asked them to clear it out. Anything not claimed by month's end would be discarded. And then I did one last thing. The quietest, but probably the one that hurt most. I contacted the wedding venue and simply asked them to remove me as the backup contact for the vendors. I wasn't the point person anymore. I didn't want to get a 7 a.m. call about a cake I wasn't eating or a photographer I wasn't paying for. No revenge. No online call out. No emotional farewell. I just stepped out. Not out of town. I still lived nearby. But emotionally, I had finally left the building. No more reaching out. No more waiting to be seen. No more hoping they'd remember I was more than just a credit card with a name. And just when I thought I was done, another message came through. It wasn't from my mom. Not from my brother. It was from my dad. Now, my dad's always been on the sidelines of the drama. He and my mom split when I was a teen. He wasn't perfect, but he never stirred the pot, either. Our conversations were polite, occasional, birthday texts, holiday calls. So when I saw his name pop up, I froze for a second. His message was long, the kind you reread a few times just to absorb it. It wasn't angry. It wasn't judgmental. It was honest. He told me my aunt had shown him the group chat screenshots. He said he wasn't surprised, but he was heartbroken. Not by me. By them. Then he told me something I never knew. After the divorce, he had actually wanted full custody of me. He said my mom fought hard to keep me. Not out of love, but because I was the easy one, the compliant one. No drama. No resistance. He backed off, thinking I was okay because I never spoke up. But now, he saw the truth. My silence had been misread. It wasn't peace. It was survival. And then he offered me something unexpected. A way out. Not a metaphorical one. A literal, fresh start. There was a job opening at his company in another state. Entry level, but steady. He said if I wanted it, he'd help me move. Help me build something on my own terms. No strings. No noise. Just freedom. I didn't respond right away. I let the offer sit. The wedding happened. I didn't go. No last-minute call. No apology. No, we missed you. And honestly, that was fine. A week later, I accepted the job. I found a small apartment, packed a few boxes, left the rest behind. No grand exit. No farewell tour. Just gone. When I arrived in my new city, I picked up a cheap bottle of wine and sat on the floor of my new place, surrounded by cardboard and clean slates. For the first time in a long time, I wasn't bracing for the next guilt trip. For the first time, I didn't feel like someone's backup plan. I was mine. If you connected with this story and want to hear more real-life tales of personal transformation, quiet strength, and letting go, hit that subscribe button. I'm on my way to 1,000 subscribers, and your support means the world. More stories soon.